Okay, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this 7th day of September 2022. We are here to talk about the cash credit law proposed revisions. As you know, we've had one stakeholder meeting on this already. I think most of you participated in that. Based upon the comments that we received at that meeting, we have issued a revised version. The only changes that you'll see are a cash credit violation will attach only to the single premises at which it occurred. However, all the premises for that business, if it's not paid, will end up on the delinquent list. So, and that's what we've always done. That's not a change. But we did make that last time. We had been saying that the violation would attach to all the premises. That is not the case anymore with this draft. Second, we have increased the number of warnings from 3 to 4. Just wanted to see if that moved the needle any for y'all. And then third, provision was added that would require a seller who is reporting to place a buyer on the delinquent list to at the same time, right immediately after reporting that, to notify that buyer so that they're aware and they can do something to rectify it if they need to. And that just keeps it from being something that they don't know about for a while and then can't fix in a timely manner. So we are here to discuss this proposal with those changes. And do you have anything to add, Matthew? Okay, Matthew Cherry is here with me to help if I need with some of the particulars. But this is your time. I'm really interested in hearing about the change to the number of warnings, if that matters, if that makes any difference. And I'm also interested in hearing, we did not get any input last time on the proposed change to the cash law that would have the violations counted twice a month in a manner similar to our credit violations. So I'm really interested in getting some feedback on that as well today. With that, I will be quiet now, and I will open the floor to any of you. If you have comments or questions, just unmute yourself, state your name and who you represent. And then this is just a back and forth conversation. So I cede the floor to you. Who's going to go first? I'm not seeing any hands, so I'll prompt it. Does going from 3 warnings to 4 warnings make a difference to you or your clients, your constituents? Raise your hand if you think that is a significant difference. Not seeing anything. Is there anyone on the call who represents those who operate under the cash law that has opinions on how the twice a month cash law violation counting would impact your clients? If you're having any trouble with audio visual, you can also type in your message into the chat. I can see that here and read it aloud for everyone.
Good morning. This is Amy Harrison. I appreciate this time, and I really appreciate the changes that you all made after the last stakeholders meeting. I keep waiting for Marcus to speak up and carry the boat for us all, but he's not going to. So when I look at 4 with the first rule, for a 3, 2 ends in and 3 picks up with or. So I found that a bit confusing. And maybe after the red lines and such are out, it'll flow a little better. But I found that ending and then starting with or to be confusing. And then all of 3 kind of reads a bit strange to me with the period after code, and then it picks up with the retailer. So I just think that may need a little work right there. And then my comments just to some of the other just things overall is when it comes to the reporting, the seller reports into the system, but it does not, the rule does not say what it is that they report, just that they have to report electronically via the system, or they ask for a waiver, etc. But it never, under the rule, explains what it is that they're reporting. Is it the amount of the liability, the due date of the liability? You just know that it's got to be reported via the system. And as a retailer, I would want to know exactly what is being reported. And then I do appreciate the fact that the seller has to inform the retailer of the fact that they have done this submission, but it's immediately following. And I don't know why it couldn't be immediately prior to, because quite honestly, if the retailer knows this, perhaps if they're on their toes, they can actually respond in a timely way. And, you know, obviously they're probably already on the list, but it just gives them a little bit of lead time before going on the list, because as I mentioned last time, being on the list in and of itself is punitive. So it would be good as a retailer, I would think, to know what is being reported about me, what is the seller required to report, and if I could have that heads up immediately prior to that submission rather than immediately after that submission.
Okay, thank you. And I can tell you when they log in to file these reports in the online system, there's 3 pieces of information that they fill in: the name of the retailer, obviously, the retailer's permit number, and then an invoice number. So that's really it. And then based on that, if there's follow-up, I assume that our folks would have to go in and ask for more. But that's the 3 pieces of information that are entered into that online reporting system: name, permit number, voice number.
When I do something as simple as a change of trade name, I have to upload documentation. And I would hope that if a seller is going to report a retailer and the result of that's going to be punitive, I don't see why the seller couldn't upload an invoice or something whereby they attempted collection from the retailer. It's just a thought. Certainly when the retailer wants to come off the list, they upload a whole lot of documents to prove their portion of the interaction. Thank you.
Thank you. And Joshua Alexander, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there is no requirement at the outset to upload any documentation. Is that correct as of now?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, Mr. Schwartz, do you have any comments?
Sorry, can you hear me? I really don't. Amy caught some of the drafting things, but I think we're generally headed in the right direction, I would say. Sorry, I don't have more to add. I don't have many horses in this race, so to speak. I'll just say.
Right. Let's see. Can you scroll down the list so I can see who all's in the, oh, right here. This is your time. So please, if you have any thoughts, even if it's, you know, something that you like, please let us know. We hate to get to proposal and then find out about issues. So we'd really rather know anything you're concerned about now so that we can address it. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing any other hands. Going once, going twice. Okay. Well, thank you for coming today. And if you do have some comments that you think of later or wish to share with me, as always, I'm available anytime. You can email rules@tabc.texas.gov, or you can give me a call at the office. Happy to talk about this. Again, I would feel more comfortable if we had some more feedback. So, you know, I would really appreciate if you do have some thoughts, if you would give me a call or shoot me an email so that we can make sure that what we have here is, you know, the best product that we can have before we decide to move forward. And unless anyone else has decided to make a comment or ask a question, I suppose I will give you your time back this morning. Again, thanks for coming, and we will see you all next time.